wait.
It's time for GORP! It's time for GORP! It's time for GORP. It's time for GORP. My name is Josh. Hello. We are joined by some guests. I'll get to them in a minute. But for now, the acronym today, GORP, of course, stands for Grumpy Old Rascals Pontificating.
I thought it was
just
like
came up with
Guardian.
that. Top of the dome. Came up with that top of the dome, dog.
Okay.
Joined by Jordan. Hello, buddy.
Hey, I'm feeling rascally today.
Like a little one? Like a little rascal?
And of course, Fry Guy. He's Big Daddy in charge.
Not at this show, though. This is your show. This is your baby. This is your baby.
This is my show. And speaking of, today we're going to be doing something, just a little tweak, little bit left of center, if you know what I mean. Changing up the format. We're going to be giving you advice. When you're in a certain situation, you'll need some acronyms to help you get through said situation. So we're going to be making acronyms for you today. Talking about some specific situations. I'm going to start with one, and then we're going to perhaps figure out what the proper acronym is for waiting in a line that's taking way too long.
Waiting in a line. This reminds me of The Office, Josh.
The acronym we have to make for this is CRAM.
Okay. All right. Waiting in a line that takes way too long, and the acronym is CRAM. Bo body. Bo body.
What's what's a line you can think of off top?
Crawling.
No.
Taking so long.
Yeah.
Crawling.
Crawling is good. That's a good potential there. Yeah, sure. But like specifically personal experience, I'm instantly thinking of Six Flags.
Oh, dog, you're going to get me into behavioral economics and business. I actually had to study the science of lines and how to get people to not get frustrated or angry while waiting in line. And it actually comes down to... So in behavioral economics, you study... this is not my major or anything. It's just a course I took. But you study like the science behind like why people buy what they buy. And one of the sections that we study is like, why are people willing to wait in a line, or how can we make people be willing to wait in a line without thinking that they're waiting in a line or without them getting too angry? And the answer is stimulus, right? You give them stimulus. And that's why you no longer have like these lines that are just chains. You'll have lines that weave you through like elaborate set designs, or there's TV, or there's someone talking to you while they're in the line.
Hey, thanks for waiting in line. It's just going to be 45 more minutes. But hold on, I got to go kill these Decepticons.
You've got the Terminator. If you're waiting in line, don't worry. If you're prone to seizures, you may be in danger. Like you get stuff like that going on. And that's actually all science into people's behaviors and how to get them to spend more money, wait in longer lines. And then there's a science behind like why they still have the picture booth, right? Right after, and why people are willing to wait in lines for that. You convince them that it's a once in a lifetime experience and they're only going to be able to see that experience if you buy the photo or if they wait in this line. It's very interesting. But yeah, Six Flags. It's a good example. What about the DMV, old school DMV? Remember that?
Yeah. Waiting with a number is it's a slightly different than standing in a line nuts to butts, as they used to say in boot camp.
You think they used to give out numbers, Josh? What world did you grow up in? In California, there was no numbers in the DMV. You stood in a long line.
And
it went wrapped around the... Now they do. No, I'm aware of how lines work now, Jordan. Thank you, tech kid. But it used to be that way.
You're right, though. Yeah. In the old days. You see it in all the movies, on all the sitcoms, there's a line, You
used to have to see your window, too, because, remember, I can't remember what movie it was, but he stands and he just gets in one of the lines and ends up being the line for, like, license renewal, not his new license or registration. So he has to go to the back of, the registration line.
There's one episode, Homer in The Simpsons goes to hell, and he has to wait in line to get tortured. And then... the same thing happens in Supernatural when Dean goes to hell. He has to wait in line for like 10,000 years or some crap. Speaking of it, that reminds me that there's that one guy did a science social experiment. He just started waiting outside a door and a line formed. And there was nothing
that
there.
Happens in England all the time. People do that in Europe a lot, like as a joke, like influencer. Yeah, because people love a queue in Europe. Like Europeans love a good queue. But I got one for you. You know what line absolutely sucks, everyone? The ER. if you go to the ER and you gotta wait
dude.
that,
You gotta like try not to stare at people's wounds.
yeah. Or like the guy, the person in the corner that just peed himself while waiting for so like, and you're like, okay, like I saw you walk, so you're not numb from the waist down. Like you gotta feel a trickle. Like you gotta feel something.
Yeah.
Like the ER is like, and then you don't want to die of like whatever new disease or plague is out there.
Now I'm reminded of that movie we saw, Rescue Dawn. But no one's listening to me. I shit my pants. Anyway, what do you think, Jordan?
My acronym for that, and it's not exactly advice, but I guess it is in that, I'll let you know that I'm feeling the same way as you are when you're waiting in a line that's taking too long. And that is crying, raging, and melting on the inside.
That is correct.
Yeah, you are crying, raging, and just absolutely melting on the inside when you're waiting in a line that's taking too long.
The original concept was to like use these as a guide to get you through the situation, but this is more like just declarative.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you just have to acknowledge that you're losing your effing mind. You know what I mean? Like,
you're not alone.
I'm melting. Yeah. I'm melting. Okay?
Yes.
That's just what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Like you're at the fair, and you're so hot in line, like waiting for your deep fried Kool-Aid, that you just start melting.
Oh no, you sent your kids away to go get a $7 bottle of water because you are dying in the sun, and you don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. They just ran over there with the tents. Well, anyway, we've made it. Crying, raging, and melting. I think you have nailed it. Good job.
Yeah. Nice.
So we have cram for waiting in line. What about ham? For concrete sex advice. Like concrete. Like the best advice you could give anyone, follow this.
Smack that ham. Like,
smack that ham.
Ham. Concrete sex advice. This is racy. I don't know if the audience knows this, but Jordan is my cousin, and I am not interested in his proclivities. Is that the word? Proclivities? I'm not interested in his proclivities. And I'm sure he's not interested in mine. So I can't sit him down and be like, listen here, Sonny, let me give you some concrete sex advice.
That's where you're wrong, buddy. I'd love to hear your proclivities.
Come about them proclivities.
Go on.
And where is the clivities? Anyway,
that was an underrated joke you just made. I hope everybody listens and gets that joke, because that joke was chef's kiss. Spot on.
But yeah, this can be familial. Like you're sitting on the swing watching the fire with your cousin, and you're like, "Hey man, how do I really make it with a lady? Hey man, how do I really make it with a lady?" And you don't have to be specific. You can just be like, listen to her. That's great advice. That's concrete. But we have to make an acronym, and it has to spell ham.
Josh called him Wes. Josh,
Same
you have to understand what you just said. Give me concrete sex advice. Like, how are you going to get to the sex? Maybe you listen. That's how I always did it. Like, and now everyone watching this is like, is that advice. Is that what he was getting at?
My mind went immediately when I heard concrete sex advice. My mind immediately went to somebody trying to have sex with a slab of concrete. And so,
oh boy,
yeah,
I won't do it.
I started to go into I don't know.
You put me on the spot here, fellas.
Well, melee doesn't have to connotate something toxic.
Yeah, sure. I think it does, though.
Well, just this year.
I was going for the joke there, and you wanted to analyze it. Like, I thought the joke was good. Like, I thought the joke was fine. I thought I nailed the joke, dismounted, and then you were like, no. The Russian judge gives you an 8.7. Explain your landing.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Concrete sex advice. Now I'm thinking of having sex with concrete, so I'm thinking like
I heard of having sex with concrete.
All right,
always, mate. That's the best advice. It's always gonna hurt.
I got you. Concrete sex advice and suspend a little bit of a. This is one word counts as two. Have a lot of money.
Oh,
Have a lot of money.
A lot of counts as one word.
A lot of.
A lot of. Yeah, there you go. Have a lot of money.
Have a lot of money. You know, that is it's concrete in the way that like you're always gonna find a way to get some sex. So
it'll work, and it works like multi-gendered. It doesn't matter like where you're at, who you're trying to get at. Like having a lot of money typically will pave that road.
It's gonna figure something out for you. We're gonna figure something out for you, bud. We're gonna figure something out for you, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, we'll figure something out for you, bud. So this. It's weird to go from what we just talked about to this acronym. I swear I didn't put these in an order. It's just how they shuffled. Slimer
you
is the acronym. Slimer, that's the acronym. A little bit longer this time. Might take some, some finesse. We're going to go with how to win an argument. Slimer.
How to win an argument. Let's see, I need a pen here.
Yeah, let's go. You gotta write these down, bud.
Yeah. What is it, Slimer?
Yeah, Slimer, dude.
And what was the sentence?
How to win an argument.
What's the country of origin?
Dutch.
Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. I heard what you said.
Oh my god, I love it.
Well, I would posit that the only way to truly win an argument is for both people to agree, which never happens. So no one ever really wins an argument, unless we're talking in the sense of do not push that button or we'll all explode. Then you argue about whether or not to push the button. And then you win if you push the button or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's more specific. But a general argument about, like, whether we should paint the fence red, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just falling into a hole.
Really? Because I've got skills, language, intimacy, measuring, earnestness, and relatability.
Holy cow.
I like how you put intimacy and measuring side by side.
Intimacy, huh?
Another good joke.
What did you say? Listening? Religion?
Skills, language, intimacy, skills, language, measuring the conversation, measuring each other, not overstepping, right? Don't be a habitual line stepper, but like really measuring the conversation.
I would say measuring comes before intimacy.
I don't know, man.
Spell that good.
You can be intimately interested in what the other person is saying, so as not to cause an argument, or at least understand where they're coming from.
Ecstasy?
Earnestness.
Earnestness. But this is another thing. You did major in this, or not major, but you professionally have majored in this your entire career. So, I guess it's not that hard for you to come up with an acronym.
I don't know that earnestness is a word. I think
Slimer actually is real. They're taught this when you're in tech school. Don't forget. And what was R?
Relatability.
Regression. Well, guys, I think this is actually pretty solid, and this could definitely make a TED Talk. Let's do a TED Talk on it. And then have people in the audience get slimed whenever they answer a question correctly.
Yes. Come in closer. Yeah. Have you heard of the Slimer method? Because that's what we use to resolve arguments.
It's the first thing you gotta do in a Slimer. Oh boy. You need skills. Language? Well, we did it. We made it through, guys.
Well, how would you win an argument, Josh? Like, what was your method in which you'd win an argument?
Well, I don't really know. I guess if I'm arguing with someone and I honestly want to come to a conclusion that works for everyone, like in a professional sense per se, I usually I tend to state as many facts as I can regarding the scenario, try not to step on anyone's toes per se, and show receipts when possible.
Can I tell you what you do when you want to keep an argument going?
Yeah. Tell me about that, because that's what I usually do.
You say the exact same thing, but in a talk-downy fashion.
Yeah.
Let me tell you all the reasons you're wrong. Fact 1, fact 2, fact.
Did you actually just say that?
Look at the guest for reassurance. Do you believe this guy?
Can you believe it? My God.
I'm going to give you the most toxic Slimer method, all right? Shout, lie, ignore, make everything reflective. I know you are, but what am I?
That's great. That's even better. Shout, lie, ignore, make everything reflective. Man, that even just rolls off the tongue.
Wait, is that one of our presidential candidates? Anyway.
You might become president if you follow the Slimer method. Purchase my book on Amazon.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm right. Everyone's saying that I'm right. I was just talking to someone. They walked in here and he said, "Hey, you're right."
I think you're right, Jordan. Oh wow! It worked out oddly. What do I do to ease an argument? What's the sentence again? I can't remember. Calm someone down in an argument.
Shout, lie, ignore, make everything reflective.
No, touch their soul in an argument. What was the original sentence?
Oh, win an argument.
How do you win an argument? Just never lose your cool, I think is it. Yeah. I think the moment you lose your cool in an argument, you're on the ropes. Like you're about to lose that argument.
That is the truth. Because like I tried to talk about earlier, like if there's a disagreement, the only logical solution is to find the solution. Instead of saying who's wrong, who did this, who did that, how dumb that thing was that you said. Like all that is, let's just figure out what's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as soon as you get emotional, you get your amygdala starts showing. And that's the part of your brain that acknowledges people as enemies. And when you do that, you already lost the argument.
Yep.
So. Oh, I see now. We hate each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Or just let them know your measurement. That'll shut someone up real quick.
Our next one, maybe a little longer. I'm sorry, but we're gonna find out. Oh,
Another long one.
This sort of fits well. With a mouthful of food that is too fucking hot, Fiji water.
What the hell is this?
What do you do? What is the most common food this happens with? I think microwave burritos and pizza.
Hot Pocket all day, son. Because that juice when you bite squirts into your gums.
Oh my God.
Definitely pizza.
Have you ever gotten it so bad that you get a blister like on the roof of your mouth or like and you gotta pop it?
Bang.
Is it hot food or is it spicy food?
Well, take it how you like it.
Okay.
Again, we're bringing it all the way back to measurements.
Hey.
But
all right, I've already got something for you. I'm already done.
Hit me.
All right.
Fire in jaws ingested, then just water. Then just water.
Fire in jaws ingested. In jaws.
Water.
That's great. Ingested. Water.
What about you, Jordan? What's the most common food that this happens with?
A Hot Pocket. Not that I eat Hot Pockets regularly, but it's just like, you think it's cold and then it's lava on the inside. Any kind of pocket, any food that comes in pocket form is always just lava on the inside and you don't know it.
Yeah, lava on the inside.
Like I said, like the microwave burritos. Anything you put in the microwave is going to murder your mouth. Yeah. Because you'll touch it and you'll be like, oh, it's too cold, right? It's because the center is a fiery pit of molten lava waiting to attack you. And then when the crust is finally hot and you're like, oh, this is going to be delicious. Yeah, deliciously deadly as it goes down your esophagus and burns everything as though you swallowed hot lava.
Yeah. Deadly. Yeah. Deliciously deadly.
I will say, though, since none of us eat those foods that frequently, it's got to be pizza, right? Like, it's
mostly
gotta
pizza.
Be.
It's mostly pizza.
Yeah.
Like, that pizza comes out, and you're immediately like, I'm going to dig into this, and then you destroy yourself.
Oh, you know what's also got me bad? It's mostly pizza, of course, because I don't eat lasagna all the time, but sometimes a lasagna or almost every time brownies.
Brownies.
I get in there too quick, dude.
Yeah.
Way too
It's
quick.
never happened to me with brownies, but I see it, man. I see it.
Yeah.
You got that hankering, especially because you've been trying to like live right on your diet. So when it's your cheat day and you just make those fresh brownies, you're like, I can walk in and do this. I'm gonna eat them all at once.
All right, I got one now. All right,
Okay.
Fiji water. Fool, it just disintegrated. Well, oh, I lost it in my head because you were talking. Oh, yeah. Fool, it just incinerated. We are toasted. Everything raw.
All right, I like it. Yeah, your enthusiasm sold it.
All right, here's one a little shorter. What every...
Wait.
Oh, you got one? You got one?
Yeah. Feels irritating, just incinerating what actually tempered everything real.
That's a haiku, dude.
Yeah.
Probably.
It
That was
just
good.
took me a minute.
That was very observational, and it had a free form flow. Get this guy on
Sorry.
Def Jam. No, that was good. All right, here's one. I changed it last minute. I asked Fry to tell me an occupation to add to this, so now it's what every tree surgeon should know. What the hell is a tree surgeon?
So what is a tree surgeon? A tree surgeon is a horticulturist, maintenance engineer specializing in tree conservation and restoration through various tree care services like planting, pest control, tree falling, stump removal, and pruning.
Okay. I thought it was like, well, you know what I probably thought it was like. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you were gonna like replace the lungs in that tree with new tree lungs.
I've known
We're gonna put human lungs in this tree.
I've known a couple of tree surgeons in my life.
Well, our acronym is PISSIN.
Said exactly like that.
Yeah, PISSIN. You actually have just informed me that I used to be a tree surgeon, kind of. Having worked lead maintainer, lead cultivation expert or whatever on my farm, the cannabis farm.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I did a lot of work. I mean, they're weeds, they're not trees, but we called them trees, and we treated them like friends of ours, and we took care of them. And we had to do cuts and snips and pest control and inspections and like checking under the carriage and put a lot of love in these plants, man. I'd sing to them. I loved them. I slept next to them sometimes.
That is true. You would record next to him during the early days of GORP, right?
Yep. The first year, half year. Yep. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would say if you're gonna give someone some advice, I don't know. I gotta ponder that for a second. I can actually help
I would
someone
say
out.
properly insulate, saturate on slightly insecure nights for these trees.
That's pretty good. That's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the tree's got in its feeling a little insecure. You got to make it feel like a big boy tree or a big girl tree. You're a big tree. I hear when you talk to plants, they grow like 10 times faster. That's my understanding.
Yeah, they do.
Like-
And you can see them react to music, and talking to them matters, and like touching them like with your hands. Yeah.
With the skin,
Skin on skin.
it puts the skin on the plants. I find it interesting how much you know about like random things like plants and how to plant them and how many UV rays have to be on them at exactly the right time, Josh.
Yeah, and then certain how long you can do it, and then what mutations do, and I really learned a lot in like 2.5 years I was there. I don't like really keeping houseplants, but I just loved taking care of those weed plants, man. It was really cool. And generation upon generation, how like you could see the reflections of why this plant is so successful because it's grandfather plant, grandmother. Anyway, getting
I'm
into
in love
it.
with your sweatshirt. I do. I think I really like that sweatshirt.
This sweatshirt I have on?
I think I love it.
It kind of matches your background there.
It's
It
Fresh
does match
Prince
your background.
and Jazzy Jeff, dog.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Act like you know.
I feel like I had to come up with something. The best I could do was, please imagine sexy shrubs in nature
That sounds like a mantra on like a calm video.
Yeah.
Everybody sit back. Please imagine sexy shrubs in nature, or as some might call it, pissing.
Yeah.
All right, I got one. Prepare inwardly. Sweaty, starry, introspective nights. Now, it sounds weird, but it's for real. Honestly, like, when I was there, it was like during COVID and stuff, and I didn't see a lot of other humans, like,
Yeah.
for a long time. And I was just with the plants, and like those, at least every other night, I had to stay like past midnight-ish to spray for pesticide, because you can only do it at nighttime. So you spend a lot of time just like listening to podcasts and books and spraying the plants, and it's pretty weird being there by yourself, and it's like you're
All right.
It's
I'm gonna ask
introspective
the
as hell,
question,
dude.
dude. I need to ask the question everybody wants to know. How many nights did you do it shirtless?
Oh, many nights, dog. Many nights. Well, because when you're spraying for pesticides, it's not like bad for you per se, but it's like oil, like
shirtless in the pesticide.
yeah, it's like potassium oil, or sometimes it's peroxide. Sometimes
you were organic. Organic.
Yeah,
I forgot
organic.
you were an organic farmer. I forgot
Yep.
about that.
We made some dope medicinal organic stuff, and we had a peppermint oil, stuff that you could ingest, but maybe not over and over and over. But I did it just mostly without a shirt, because you're just going to cover your shirt, and then you can't really wash that out, really. So, I was just stinking of peppermint oil, looking like a greased up pig, walking amongst the bushes, with sometimes no shoes.
Giving them some skin-to-skin contact.
Well, hello there, little weed bud.
Anyway,
Did you tickle your forehead with it all the way down your nose?
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing you do when you turn the lights on. Do that thing. All right, let's move on. We got 3 more. We got time for 3 more. Let's just do the 2 more at least. Flarp.
Blarp.
And this is for accepting a bad gift. Flarping.
Accepting a bad gift.
Yeah.
Flarp.
So when someone's giving you a coin bank, which I would kind of like now, but maybe a shirt that's just not happening ever, or maybe like they got you the wrong pair of dope ass shoes. Like, oh no, I didn't really want those though. But you're like, oh, thank you. Thanks. Anyway, though, no, I love it. I'm gonna put them on right now.
So say the sentence again.
Accepting a bad gift.
All right, but in your head, you know what you're thinking? You're thinking fails like adults and real parents.
Fails like adults and real parents.
That's what you're thinking when you accept a bad gift. It fails just like adults have always failed to give you a gift you want, and your real parents. Like your pseudo parents, they always got you the right gifts, right? They always knew exactly what you wanted. Parents always got you socks and jeans and stuff like that. They didn't get you the fun stuff. They got you the stuff you needed and expected you to be super stoked about that 12-pack of socks you bought.
Like, dude, I don't sweatpants. Thanks, cool. Thanks. I want RoboCop. What about anniversary presents or anything, married guys? Anything you had to deal with there, or you just didn't get one that year?
I can't talk about that because my wife is in the next room and then she's going to hear all my secrets.
Well, you can.
So I can't talk about the gifting.
One that's already out in the
all
open.
of my gifts have always been perfect.
Oh,
she's
boy.
never gotten me a bad gift.
There's not even one time where it was like a flub and like we were all cool with it. It's funny.
Oh, I can think of plenty.
But it's like out in the open though. Like she knows and it's all cool now. Now we laugh about it.
Nope, fake it.
Man.
Fake it till you make it. That's happy wife, happy life.
You guys got a big old rug you be sweeping on the baby boy.
I'm just saying, 15-year-old rug too. It's lasted a long time. I'm doing something right.
Dusty.
All right, I've got fake love and react phony.
Fake love and react phony. That's solid.
No.
Yep.
No.
All right. So that's a good one. So what would you do? What would be an example of that?
Like, oh man, you know what? I I didn't expect I was gonna get this, but I could think of so many ways that I need this. There you go.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you know what I can use this for? You know what? Oh, when I yeah, ooh,
you know, yeah.
Yeah. This is great. This is great. I'm gonna use this on Wednesday.
Oh
Jeff,
my god. I
remind
cannot
me.
wait to use this belt with so many pairs of jeans.
Yeah.
And you flip it, and it's a different color black, and you flip it.
That's wild. I got another one. Can I give you two? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Fake laugh, amplify, react properly. So when you fake laugh, you're like, ha 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 ha, and then amplify your voice, and then react properly, like, move on. Move on.
All right, I got one. Hold on, I got a writing. And
You better bring it on like Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, hold on. Oh yeah.
Nothing. No reactions.
I heard it.
And okay. This is the best advice you could give to someone if you receive like Digimon instead of Pokemon, for instance. Whatever.
Ooh.
Fart, leave angrily running, and funny.
Fart on the gift.
Can we blame? That was better than what I was gonna say. That was perfect. It smells too.
All right.
Last one, Josh. Last
Last
one.
one. All right.
Whoa.
When you're scared of the guy in the clown suit over there, but you don't want anyone to know you're scared because being embarrassed can sometimes be scarier than clown devils.
Okay.
Whoa.
Phalange.
Hold it up for a while. Hold it up. Just keep it there. Hold on.
It's once again when you're scared of the guy in the clown suit over there, but you don't want anyone to know you're scared because being embarrassed can sometimes be scarier than clown devils. More at 11.
What are we doing here? Can we
I
tell
don't
a story
know,
about a
man.
time when this
I can't
happened?
believe this is going as well as it is.
Can you tell me about a time when you were scared of that clown over there and you were afraid to let people know? Because did your dad like hold you by the wrist and say, "We're not scared of clowns in this house"? Like, what led to this?
It was just like a mental thought that like just took a bunch of left turns. I was thinking of like the clown from Terrifier, right? But also like I had a buddy that was terrified of anyone in a suit, so we'd go to like Red Robin. Remember back when Red Robin had the Robin that would walk around?
Yeah.
He got nervous about that. He hated anything in a costume. So that was always interesting, but he'd always try to play it off like, man, get that thing away from me. That's stupid. You know what I mean? I think that's just an interesting emotion to have when you're like, it's embarrassing that I'm scared, so I'm going to act like it's funny, but I'm terrified.
Ooh, perfect. I came up with a really good acronym, but I left out the H in phalange, so it was plangy, but I've got it. I've recovered it.
Okay,
All right.
go.
All right. People hate love, a necessary good evil. Ooh.
That's pretty good, bud.
I like it.
That's actually the album title of Drake's next album. People hate
That's
love.
a good album title.
The Necessary Good and Evil, Part 1.
So read the sentence again.
When you're scared of the guy in the clown suit over there, but you don't want anyone to know you're scared because being embarrassed can sometimes be scarier than clown devils.
I think this statement's just gonna help you just own it and know that more people are with you than against you, because people hate little alien negligent Gacy's everywhere.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like that.
People hate Gacy's.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that will like ease that fear that you have about letting people know you're scared of that clown. Everybody hates Gacy's everywhere. So people hate little alien negligent Gacy's everywhere.
I like that.
Pretty good.
I love that we can hear Josh's like Sharpie going crazy over there as he's thinking. It's like the Sharpie sound is like dictating his thoughts. Like the thought process is the Sharpie. You want to hear the sound of how Josh thinks?
Yeah. Some people hear voices in their head. I hear.
Yeah.
Just the Sharpie. Like it's funny because that is a scenario we've hung around a lot of people that are deathly afraid of clowns. Like I've known a few. I've never understood the fear, like to be honest, but I think it's all these little kids that were allowed to watch it far too early in their life, and it just stuck with them.
And that's a very real thing culturally. It's like generationally and everything. But there's also just the simple like, what are you hiding? Like, that's unnatural. Like it's an uncanny valley aspect a little bit, perhaps.
I think we had John Wayne Gacy, right, in like the 80s, like I said, 80s, 90s. And then it came out a little bit later after the John Wayne Gacy stuff. So you have like a couple generations there, right? What's a generation? 10 years?
A generation's around 10 years or so, bud.
Yeah, so you get a couple generations there, and then it just is passed down year after year after year.
This one's not. It's instructional. So P is for pump. Make sure you get yourself pumped up a little bit. Get the blood flowing. Pump that chest out. Then you hee-haw. Then you strut around like a peacocking, you know what I mean? Let them know. And then you laugh like... And now you're the weird one. And never geek. Ever. Don't let them know.
Can you laugh right in the clown's face, Josh? Like, can laugh you right... Like, you walk right up to the clown in the waiting room, and you turn like this, and you go...
Yeah.
Like that. Like,
yeah. So it's like Rorschach in Watchmen. He's like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. You know what I mean?
This little clown, right? Does this count?
Anyway.
Is this little clown?
I don't know.
Is that a clown?
It looks like one to me.
You know what this is for?
This is
for the drug demand reduction program.
Nice.
Drugs are for hippies. Guys,
Josh, take us home.
We got those acronyms. We're doing good. We got make sure you fart angrily, leave running, prepare inwardly, sweaty starry nights, fire in jaws ingested, water, and
water.
Have a lot of money, of course. That's always important. Have a lot of money. I don't know what the hell this show was, but we had a good time, I think. Thanks for coming out, guys. And everyone, make sure you keep on GORPing.